Hi guys, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I have a pleasure of presenting to you Iwo Jima Hell on Earth. This is a prototype in a vassal module form of a game which will be soon published by Neva Wargames. Actually, each and every player can access this vassal module, which shows kind of a simplified version of the game via Neva Wargames webpage and try it on their own. The final product will be much more robust and let's say with a larger map and more detailed rules for some of the main game mechanics. However, this module I believe is a very good introduction to the system. Jose from Neva Wargames created a very interesting game. This is a solitary game which guides you through the epic, events of the February and March 1945 during the U.S. Marine troops landings on the Iwo Jima island. Just a reminder, this was a key island on the path of the U.S. strategic bombers towards the mainland Japan, and actually played a key role in further campaigns. So this was also a very bloody battle and the only battle in the whole Pacific Theater campaign where the casualties of Americans were higher than casualties of the Japanese. Yeah. It went in tens of thousands of casualties, so a lot of people died here. We have here three divisions of the Marine Corps attacking the island, the 4th Division, the 5th Division, and the 3rd Division. And we have 109th Division of the Japanese, which will be defending here. What I'm going to do today is guide you through the system via this prototype. I will put also links in the description of this material, so you can go to the Neva Wargames webpage and see the pre-order for the full game, and also see the place where you can get this vassal module with the rules and try the game by yourself. I strongly encourage you to do it. I will try to explain the rules. They are not overly complicated, but they create a very dense and interesting, also engaging, let's say, climate of these landings. I can tell you that I have, after each game, an urge to try again because this is a difficult game. Of course, the die rolls will be important, but they are not everything. Yeah. So from my perspective, that really creates what a good solitary game is. So engaging, replayable, not easy to win, and as you see, it's only a prototype. So I hope to get even more in the full game. Let's talk a little about the game. The actual fight for the Iwo Jima lasted 36 days, and the game is divided into 6 rounds, which you can see here, game turn from 1 to 6, roughly each of them 6 days. The objective of US troops is simply to secure the victory by capturing Mount Suribashi, which is here, and which was very important during these landings, and eliminating all the Japanese troops. You will be getting the victory points. For each Japanese eliminated troop, you will get 1 victory point, and for some areas which you manage to capture on time, you will get additional points. Mount Suribashi, turn 1, you can see 1 victory point. Airfield number 1, 1 victory point if captured on turn 1. Airfield number 2, if captured by the end of a turn, to 1 victory point. And airfield number 3, if captured by the end of turn 3, 1 victory point. Then you will calculate the victory points at the end of the game, and based on this, yeah, you will see what is your score. But let's leave it for now. Uh, if you look at the map, you see 4 beaches where the landings were taking place: green, red, yellow, blue. And you see like 11, if I'm counting this properly, or yes, 11 areas of the island. So 1 to 4 are the areas where the US troops are landing, 5 to 15 are the areas where the Japanese will be defending. Yes, so on the map we can also see the, let's say, thick borders of some of the areas. These are the fixed artillery positions of the Japanese troops. There are 5 of them, and they correspond to the number of bombardments they will be able to do each turn. And once will be taking those positions down, the strength of artillery will, of course, diminish. What else do we have on the map? We can see a white dots. Those dots actually show the terrain. The more dots, the better defense position. Monsuribashi has 2 dots, and we have like several positions here with a good defensive positions with 1 dot. Then we can see also the Roman numbers like 1, 2, 3. These are the line of the defense of Japanese troops. They will be used during their counterattacks, their raids, and they will be influencing the strength of Japanese troops. The dotted lines are the lines which connect the beaches with inland positions. And if there is a Japanese troop adjacent to the beach, the US troops cannot move from the beach. They are simply, pinned down. The thick lines are the inland, connections of the positions. On the map, we have also the recover area where exhausted US units will land, and reserve, divided into 3 divisions, 5th, 4th, and 3rd. And they will be then landing in the particular hexes here. What else shall we discuss? We have multi-purpose track, which is here. We will track VPs and game turns. We have also this fancy marker on which US troops are raising the flag on Mount Suribashi. So when we actually conquer this, we will put it here. And we have also all other important things which are needed for the game. So we have sequence of play. We will be going step by step through the sequence of play. I will not be discussing this too much now. I prefer to do it in a teach and play mode. We have information for the Japanese action, so how they do the bombardment, how they bring reinforcements, and how do they do the raids. And here in this part of map, you have the information about US troops. So how do they do the movement? How do they do the bombardment, reinforcements? How we set up the weather, and how the combat is being resolved with all the modifiers. What I can immediately say, guys, I love how neat this and sleek this game looks like. You have all the information visible, clearly visible to you on the map, and you can play it almost without the, the rule book. Yeah, it's so straightforward and easy to play. One more thing which I would like to describe before we jump into the actual play are the units. So you can see, for example, here the unit of the 4th Marine Division. You can see the symbol too here. What is important of this unit? First of all, the steps. Those 2 yellow dashes here and 1 here shows that how many steps the unit has. So it has 2 steps now, but if we flip it, it will have 1. We will move it here, and then we'll be flipping it here. Okay. And then the next thing is the attack strength. So this is so-called combat factor. It's 4 here, as you can see. Then you have movement factor, and then you have support. There are various types of support. For US troops, you have artillery, as you can see here, and armor. These are the 2 most important ones. And the strength of the support is here. So, for example, 4th Marine Division, this brigade has 2 tank supports, and here we have 2 artillery supports. Other than that, I believe that's all what we have on the American units. Let's look at the Japanese units. Here we have a special Japanese unit which will be set up during the beginning of the game as a headquarter support 1. You see also the interesting letter here which shows us a defense terrain, and defense terrains we have described here A are actually caves, which is -2 to our roll. B, let me see what was the B. Pillbox -1 to the attack, and C are trenches 0 to our attack. Then you have a combat factor, of course, the strength. You have two steps of the unit, and I believe that will be everything for them. Okay, so let's pause here and we'll start the setup in a moment. Okay, guys, let's start with the setup of the game. So we have a game turn marker on the 1, this is correct. For now, victory points as well as the flag marker is not important. We'll use them later. We'll be now placing the US units on the map. We will randomly roll for those 2 units from the 5th division to be landed on the green and red, and from the 4th division on the yellow and blue. Let me roll. If I roll 1, 2, 3, this brigade goes here. If 4, 5, 6, this brigade goes to the red. Okay, 1, 2, 3, so this brigade goes here, and that means that this brigade goes here. Now the same for this. 1, 2, 3, this brigade goes to yellow. 4, 5, 6 to the blue. 1, so they go here, and they go here. As you can see, due to the random setup of the game, each beginning will be slightly different. The remaining brigades are here, so in the reserve, and we'll not be touching them for now. And for the Japanese units, first of all, we need to roll for the HQ. Depending on the roll, some of those boxes here at the back will be occupied by them. You can even see it's from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the HQ can be on those positions. So roll of 1 is 11, 12 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So this is 5, 6, so they will be deep on the island, which is good because they influence adjacent, hexes. If they were here, for example, they would have much more impact on us. Now, we need to place each remaining Japanese unit randomly in an unoccupied Japanese defense box. So let me just do it somehow randomly. I'm trying not to look at this, what I'm doing here, and just randomly putting them around. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you need to do it simply randomly and then see how they distribute across the island. And this also influences pretty nicely the replayability of the game. Now, I believe we are ready to start. So the sequence of play. First of all, we'll be checking the weather. In the first turn, we don't check it. It's automatically clear, good weather, and there are no modifiers. But then from the turn 2, we'll be rolling a die, and it could change on the roll of 1 to 2 to bad weather. We'll have lower movement allowance, less bombardment points for US, -3, and less for Japan, -1. We skip it, yeah, in the turn 1. Turn 2, bombardment. How do we do the bombardment? Regularly, the American troops have 9 bombardment points, and they can use 1, 2, or 3 bombardment points to bombard the Japanese positions. Each position can be bombarded only once per turn. Now, they can use 3 points only if they are adjacent to the Japanese. So this position, this position, and this position, this and that, those can be actually bombarded with, let me show that way, with 3 points. Those farther away, like here, they can be bombarded only with the 2 points. What's the difference? If you use 3 bombardment points, you have +1 to the die roll. If you use 2, you don't have a modifier. And if you use only 1 bombardment point, you will have -1 to the die roll. And why is the die roll important? Because on 5, 6 you hit, on 1 to 4 you do not hit. There is also the rule that if you have an artillery, so unit with like this with artillery support, in a fixed artillery box, you will have +1 attacking those adjacent hexes. But this is a special rule which maybe will come into the use later on. So we have 9 bombardment points. You know what? I will try to bombard those 3 areas with 3 bombardment points. So with +1, I really want to destroy them and get out of the beaches. So rolling here. 3, so 3 plus 1 is 4, 4, 5, no effect. Rolling here, 4 plus 1 is 5, so they are rotated. At least you can see they have 1 step now. And Mount Suribashi, now rolling 1, 5 plus 1, yes, they are also rotated. By the way, you can kill the unit if it's already flipped with a bombardment. Now, the punishment from the Japanese, of course. How do they bombard? First of all, they have 5 attempts. It's equal to the number of the fixed positions they have at this one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they hit on 5 or 6. 1, 4, they do not hit. If we are on the beach, they have +1 die roll modifier. And if also, what is the priority of the places they will be hitting? If there is 0 units of US on the island, like now, they will be hitting from 1 to 15. You can see this is the number of the field. So they will start with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Then they will turn back to 1. Each US unit can be hit twice during the bombardment. Unfortunately, for the Japanese, each Japanese can be hit only once. But if we are on the island, they will start from the 15 and they will go down with those numbers to the first hex, which is or area which is occupied by the US. That way, they put priorities on the beach if we are not on the island, and inland if we are already on the island. So they will start hitting here. 4, 5, 6 will be hit. Not surprisingly, this is a hit. Now here. Okay, too good. Here. Oof, they survived. And here they survived. Now they hit once again here. And this is a pity because those guys were just removed. Pity because this was a nice hex to be attacked. These two and here, unfortunately, you cannot have everything. So this is a bombardment phase. Now we have a movement phase. Each of our units have 6 movement points. It's good weather, so it's not reduced. But as you can see, there is no place for us to move, because we are still pinned on the beach. So for time being, we skip this phase. Then we have attack phase. Attack is probably the most important part of the game, and we will discuss this for a moment. First thing which you do, you compare the combat factors of both sides. So for example, if we would like to attack this unit 1 and we probably would like to attack this unit, we will attack with maximum 2 units. We take 4 plus 4 to 1, it's 6 plus, so we are somewhere over here. Then we'll be looking at modifiers, and we have plethora of modifiers. First of all, we'll be looking at the support. This unit has its support, so this is 1 for the tanks, and all adjacent units are actually supporting him. They have anti-tank and 1 more tank unit. What we'll be looking at our side, we'll have tank support here, we have artillery, and we can use also the artillery from other division with some caveats, some of them might be less effective than normally. And this is one type of modifiers, the support. So artillery, armored, this is the first. Then you have defense type, so it's A, B, C, and then you have a terrain. Also, the last type of modifier is HQ. It is seen here. So a lot of modifiers, yeah, you can say. So what we shall do, my idea is to attack strongly here. I'm really, it's a really pity we don't have this unit to break through here. And yeah, let's try simply to break through this. So this is 4 plus 4 to 1, this is 6 to 1. We would like to use our tanks modifier too, but in order to check if we can use it, we see that there is an anti-tank supporting here. How do we resolve it? We roll a die, and if we roll equal or less to the anti-tank support, that means that they manage to prevent our tanks from firing free, which is not less, so our tanks will work. So let's start counting the modifiers. Mm, Artillery. We have one here and one here, you see, and I will use this artillery too. Unfortunately, this is a different division. If it was adjacent to the target or in the fixed artillery, it would be using the full strength. It's not using full strength, it's only using one. So we have +2. Actually, we could not have more than +2, so this is completely okay. So we have +2 for artillery. Armored, we have 2 here and 1 here on the Japanese side and 1 here. So this is +2 -2, 0. And then we have defense type. This is B, so this is pillbox -1. +2 for artillery, -1 for the pillbox, so this is +1. Terrain, no dots. So we roll on 6-1 and we have +1, so it could be a really nice result. Let's see what it will be. This is 3, okay, sorry. So +1, this is 4, so they are moved clockwise. Okay, and that way we finish our attack phase. Now we have advanced phase. Advanced phase is actually similar to movement attack. We can again move and again attack. The support, I forgot to say that support of artillery or let's say tanks or other stuff can be used only once per phase, per attack. So we can use once in the attack phase and once in advanced phase. Now, guys, what we shall do, we most probably should again attack here. And I'm not risking attack here. This is 4 to 2, this is 2 to 1, as you can see. We have artillery versus tanks, so it would be a disastrous attack, probably 2 to 1 on -2, so it's most probably kills us. So I'm not trying to do it. Although maybe I should, because they can kill us in the right. Let's see. First of all, we attack here with same ratio, 6 to 1. Let's see if their anti-tank will work. Oof, 2, so it's not working. So the tanks +2 versus 2 tanks here, they remove itself, yeah, each other. So +2 for artillery, 0 for tanks, -1 for defense type, no terrain type, no HQ, so +1 for us. So we kill them for sure. So it's actually overkill. We kill them, we gain the first victory point, and we can momentum advance, so we advance here. And we got the turn 1 airfield, so we got additional victory point. Nice. Oh, sorry, let me just move them. Good. This is not bad. Now, this is advance. Do we want to attack here? As I told you, this is a very risky attack. Let's check it. 4 to 2 is 2 to 1. They have tanks here, 2. We don't have tanks, so this is +2 for them on tanks. We use this artillery here on this attack, so we don't have artillery. There's no HQ. The defense is -1, so -3, -2 for tanks, -1 for the defense type. So if you look here, if we roll 6, it goes to 1 and 2 to 3. So there is no way for us to achieve a good result. Well, so yeah. tough luck. Now we have reinforcements. In the reinforcement phase, we'll be rolling a die and we'll have that many reinforcement points. Let's see. 5. This is good because we have 4 reinforcement points. We can either do the cohesion improvement, that is turning the unit on the map, and we will definitely use it. Yeah, so 1 point for this. Then we can do the deployment. We can deploy those 2 units, or we can do the recovery. You know what I will do? I will recover those guys. If we would like to recover a random unit, you can have more than one here. It costs 1. And if you would like to recover some particular, it costs 2. I would like to do the random. Oh, random out of 1 is 1. Good. So we use the second point, and now I would like to deploy it. Let's see where they will land. 1, 4, 5 here. 6, so we reroll 5. So they land here. And we can still deploy one of those 2 units because the replacement points are lost if we don't use them. I will deploy the artillery. And actually, I don't need to roll. There's only one space where I can deploy them. Okay, so this was the reinforcement, and now Japanese raids. We roll 1 die per each US unit adjacent to Japanese unit and apply the modifiers of the line of the defense. So for the first line of defense, the DRM is 0, for the second is +1, for the third is +2. And of course, the hits on 5, 6 and 1, 4 is no effect. Let's roll. Let's start from this. So they are being attacked from one of those 2 units on 5 or 6. They will be flipped. No. This is attack here. 5 or 6. No. Those guys are not attacked. Those are attacked from the second line of defense. So they have +1. So they are hit on 4 to 6. Nothing. And they are attacked also from the second line of defense on 4 to 6. We are very, very lucky. That ends the turn 1. We'll switch to turn 2 in a moment. Let's move to the turn 2. So we move the game turn marker here. Now I believe it will be much more straightforward and easy to play. One thing which I forgot to do during the turn 1 was reinforcements, but the Japanese reinforcements, they can also, get the strength back, and we should actually do it for those 2 units here because those 2 units were hit. And we roll 1 die, and 5, 6 they have 1 step more. So those guys first. No. Then those guys here. Yes, they got it. Yeah. So now we can move to the turn 2. It should be now much quicker from time perspective because you know the rules. Let's see how it goes. I'm not fully satisfied from the first turn. I'm satisfied because we got the point here, but if the unit here would not be killed, we might probably actually attack them on Suribashi, but we were not able to. Now we will get a national victory point if we manage to crush this area, the airfield. Let's see how it goes. This airfield will give us additional bombardment. Yeah, so it gave us victory point, but it gives us also additional bombardment points. So what do we do first? First, we check the weather. Let's roll. Oh, the weather is bad. And this is not good because we have -2 movement allowance, -3 bombardment points. Japanese have -1. This is actually good. So bombardment. We have 9 basic. We have +2 for this airfield and -1 for this unfortunate, bad weather. So we have 8. We land 3 here, 3 here, and 2 here, I believe. Yeah, that would be the plan. So 3 on Mount Suribashi, so this is +1. Nothing. 3 here, nothing. And 2 here, 5, 6 is only hit. Yep, so at least we flipped those guys. Now we have the Japanese bombardment. They have 4, so 5 minus 1 for bad weather, and they start from here, from 7. So let's roll. It's simply 5, 6, nothing. Then they try to hit the beaches, but in the reverse order. So here, the hit number 2 is here. Remember about +1 for DRM for beach. So this is a hit. Now here, this is not a hit, and the last attack is here. It's not a hit. Not bad. Our bombardment could be better, but the Japanese also could be much more devastating. So I don't mind, yeah, such results. Now we have a puzzle: whom to attack and how to attack, guys. It's not so straightforward. We want to get to Monsuribashi. We want also to get here to get those additional victory points. There are simply too many targets, yeah, over here. And yeah, there's anti-tank here, which is pretty weak, only 1, and there is a tank here, which is much more significant. So what we can do here, I have really a puzzle where to attack. This bombardment could crush those guys, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. Attacking those guys. First of all, they have B, so -1 for the type of defense, and they have 1 dot, so -1 for terrain, so -2 for our rolls. Here they have pretty nice anti-tank with strength of 2 and pretty nice artillery with a strength of 2. So all things considered, I think I will focus on this area here first. I will use this unit and this unit to attack here. So this is 4 to 1. And yeah, this is 8 to 2. This is 4 to 1. What else? And I will first of all roll for this anti-tank. No, it didn't happen. So we have 2 tanks here versus 2 tanks here. This is with zeros out. For the artillery, I'm using this one artillery, and I believe I should use some additional artillery. Let me use this artillery. So this is +2 for artillery. And I believe, yeah, so artillery +2, armor 0, defense type B -1. So this is 2 +2 -1, and so this is 1. And terrain type, there is no terrain type here. As you can see, it's easier to crush with bombardment actually with the real attack. But yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. So what happens now? We attack here 4 to 1 on +1. I believe there are no more, modifiers. So this is 4. Is A1, D1. So those are rotated, and we need to rotate somebody from our side. Let me rotate those guys. We move to advance. We'll repeat this attack. I am not really in the mood to attack more units currently. I'd rather attack here. So this is again 4 to 1 in the strength. Let's roll for the anti-tank. This is very weak. It's only 1, so that is why we managed to do it. For the tanks, we have 2, we have 2. So again, this is 4 to 1 +1. 6 is nice roll. This is D1. They are killed. We got 1 victory point. We can advance. Let me advance those guys here. I don't want to be on the beach. And that will be all. Now we go to the reinforcements phase. We roll a die. We rolled 3. 3 means 3 replacement points. We'll use them first of all for rotation. And then for deployment. And the deployment is automatically here. Now we will try to see the reinforcements on the Japanese side. So we roll here 5, 6. They will reinforce, and 5, 6 here. No, they didn't reinforce. And now we have the raids. Those guys are raided from the line 1. So this is 5-6, 5-6 to be hit from the top. Hit, no hit. So here we have hit. And now here there's +1. So 4 to 6 no. And here +1, 4 to 6. Unfortunately. That concludes the turn 2. I believe it's going pretty well for us. I've seen worse. Yeah, let's say so. We didn't take this in turn 2, unfortunately. That's a pity. Okay, we will move to turn 3 now. Okay, time to start the turn 3. So we move the game turn marker. We would like really to take this mountain finally. So this will be one of our targets. But first of all, let's roll for the weather. 6. So it's good again. Very nice because we have now our full, let's say, bombardment pool. We have 9 basic plus 2 for this airfield, which we took in the first turn. So we have 11. We use 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. 3 here. Yes! This is 6. They are killed. Oh my goodness, this is so important. Additional victory point. And we'll place some artillery there for sure. Now here, 4 +1, this is 5. This is also kill. Wow, this was good. And here, 3 bombardment points. 6, they are also flipped. So we used 9, we have still 2, and actually we need to use 2 because we cannot spot those guys, we don't see them. Let me hit the HQ. +1, and not +1 because this is only 2, nothing. I'm glad with this. I'm really glad. And this is not occupied anymore, so I believe they have 4. 4 shots. They will shot 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start. And there are no DRMs here. Nothing, nothing. Now here +1 DRM. Of course, they are destroyed. And here, nothing happened. Okay, so this is the bombardment phase. Now let's do the movement. I'm just wondering how to crush those guys. It will be really a tough nut to crack. We will be attacking here. This is possible to be taken from those 2 points. We need force here, 4 strength units definitely. And most probably some artillery which will be supporting them. So let me do it that way. Those guys move here. Those guys, and this is entering the enemy zone of control is +2 movement points. So movement from here to here is 3 movement points. Let me move like this. So this is 1 movement point and additional 3 here, so we can do it. There is anti-tank here, but not very strong. Now, now we should move somebody to take position of Mount Suribashi, some artillery most probably. So let me move this artillery because they are first of all weak, 3 points only, and then but they have strong artillery and they will be able to support everybody. So for example, this is the 4th division, this is the 5th division, but this 3rd division can support them because they are in the fixed artillery position. I would like to get those guys out of the beach. I believe these are the good moves. Okie doke. So this is a movement. Now attack. Attack here. 4-1, but what is important, we have anti-tank here, and this anti-tank can be a nuisance. Oh, 2, fortunately. Fortunately, we have a bit of luck. So 4-1. Now artillery, I'm using this artillery. This is 2. We can use potentially also this artillery. This is the same division. So this is 4 artillery. They have 2 artillery here. So 4-2. And actually, we have more. We have 2 artillery here and 2 artillery here. So we have 4 artillery and we have 4 artillery. So this zeros. Now they don't have tanks. We have 4 tanks, but maximum for tanks is +2. Yeah, so we are getting +2. And now defense type. This is C. C is easy peasy 0, but this is 1 dot, so -1. So we have. Let's calculate once again. Artillery 0, armored +2, defense type 0, terrain type -1, no HQ. So we have +1 on 4-1, which should be okay. Okay. For A1D1. Important note, we get rid of them. We have additional victory point. Now we can move forward and we need to kill one of our units, unfortunately. And I'm just thinking whether and if we'll be attacking. Let me flip those guys. Not that way, that way. I want to keep this because this also gives us a bombardment here. Now, this is a good point. What to do in advanced phase? You see, all attacks are really difficult. Here, this is attack on one, almost one, and there's HQ support. There's a very strong anti-tank, 3. We could potentially bring the artillery. Yeah, we can bring the 2 artillery here, which is not bad. Which is not bad. I'm just thinking whether attacking here is not a good idea. You see, those guys have only the support from here. They have 3 artillery. I can use 4 artillery, so +1. I have 1 tank here, which is good, so +1 on tank. They have nothing here. Yeah, let me attack here. So how do we attack? We have 2-1, but we almost always, lose a step. But it's worth, I believe, risking. Why? Because they can attack in counter-attack, also destroy us. Yeah, I believe it might be worth. Let's calculate from here to here. This is 2-1. For the artillery, we can bring 4, they can bring 3, so this is +2, +1. For armored, we can bring 1, so this another +1, so this is +2. The defense type is C, so nothing, and the other. You know what, guys? Let me do the momentum advance differently from the previous turn. Let me do it like this and take him into this guy. And now we move here and here in the movement phase. Let me do it the other way around. Why? Because I want to have better modifiers here. What do? We will attack from here to here, 2-1. And now our modifiers will be, I'm using both of those artilleries. This is 4. They use both of those artilleries. This is 3, so +1 for us on artillery. I'm using 2 armor, so +2. In total, +3. Then the defense type is C, so nothing, and terrain type is no dot, so nothing. So we have +3 on our roll. 2-1, +3. Good, because we have no losses. This is very important. This is what I wanted to achieve. And that finishes the advance. And now reinforcement phase. We roll 2, which is bad. Only 2 replacement points. We use them, of course, to get those guys operational. Now the Japanese, they can reinforce here. 5, 6, they will get the strength. No, Very good. And now we have a raid. One raid here and one raid here. Now, that unit can be attacked from the line 2 or 3. You choose what is worse for the unfortunate, American units. So they will have +2 their roll modifier. So the hit will be on 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll here. Okay, hit, and the same here. Hit. This was not surprising. Of course, that it will happen like this. And that concludes another turn. This is end of turn 3. I believe we are making a really, really nice progress. It's starting to get exciting. Turn 4. We are making good progress. Honestly, I played this game many times, almost 10 times so far, and it's one of the better sessions, so you're lucky. Yeah, and or maybe I'm getting luck from you. So turn 4, what shall we do first of all? First of all, we shall roll for the weather. The weather will be good. Now, bombardment phase. We have now 2 airfields. You can see this is +2, this is +1. So we have in total 12 bombardment points. We will use 9 bombardment points to, of course, bombard the closest areas and then the 3 remaining somewhere in the back. So let's start here. This is 3 +1, 4. Unfortunately, not a hit, if I remember. No. And here, it's not a hit, and here, it's not a hit. And now 2 bombardment points here. Nothing, and 1 bombardment point, let's say here. This is -1, so only 6 is hitting. Wow. That's what you call a luck. Yeah, most probably. Okay, guys. Now the bombardment from the Japanese side. Let me see the numbers. 8, 9, 7. So they will bombard here. And we could do one thing better for the next time. If we could have here artillery and they will be spotting here, they will have +2 even. But that's for the next round to try. We still have time. Okay, so they hit here. They don't have any kind of modifiers. Nothing. They hit here. Nothing, and they hit. They have still 3 positions here. Nothing. Not bad. I can say that I'm rather satisfied. Now, what shall we do? I would love to do the raid here. This probably makes sense. The pity is that we have attacks 1-on-1. You see 1 dot here. It's very hard to crash those positions. So let's do what we did in the past round, and it will be following. We don't do the moves. We attack from here to here on 2-1. We use this artillery and this artillery, which is 4 in total. We can use this art. No, guys, it's 3 in total. You see, this is a different division. This is a different, and I believe we made this mistake last turn, most probably. Okay, sorry for this, but once the mistake is done, it's done. Yeah, we cannot revert it back. But now, when I'm looking into this, I'm seeing. Okay. I'm seeing the potential still to attack. So attack here, 2-1. We need to break it. We simply need to break it. 2-1. Then we bring this artillery, which is 2, and this artillery, which is 1, because this is different. So this is +3. They have 3, so this is 3-3. We have +2 for the tanks, and that's all. There is no terrain type and defense type. So 2-1 +2. Maybe we shall survive. 6 off. They survived. Oh my goodness. I was not sure if we managed to do it, so we get a point. And we, of course, do momentum advance here. Now, now we have advanced phase. What can we do in advanced phase? I want artillery here. I want artillery here in order to be able to spot nicely over here. So we can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is nice. And we have now the, excuse me, in the advance we have another attack, and yeah, we'll be attacking from here to here because this is 4 to 1, much better odds. And now they have pretty nice anti-tank, +1 and +1, so this is 2, and my tanks might be negated. Yeah, so let's see if they manage to negate them. No, good. So we bring 2 artillery, 1 artillery versus 1 artillery, so this is +2. Armored we bring +2, so this is +4. The defense type is B -1, and the terrain also is -1, so we have +4, we have -2, we have 2. +2 on 4 to 1. This is good thing. This is good thing, especially because we roll 3 +2. This is 5. This is D1, and D1 simply kills those guys. And we got. Do we want to get there this turn? We have to get there most probably there in order because yeah, they do not occupy it anyhow, so maybe we should not do it. They don't occupy it, so we will not have this bombardment point. Let me just check the rulebook quickly regarding the bombardment. Each Japanese fixed artillery. Okay, one thing, they still control it. I think I might make mistake and mount 3 bashi. So if I get there and get out of there, for example, in the movement phase, it's still controlled by me. But if it's Japanese who are last man standing, they control it. So I prefer to go there. Okay, so this finishes the game turn 4. Let's jump to the game turn 5. Yeah, what? Sorry, guys, I'm too fast, of course, with this. No, 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 no. We still have reinforcement and Japanese raids. Follow the sequence. So we will roll for the reinforcements. We have 4, which is 3 replacement points. So I want here those guys alive. I want here those guys alive, and I want those moved to reserve. By the way, guys, I'm not sure how do you see it, but I love the colors, graphics, the presentation. This is really well thought and such usable, very good user interface for this game. Really, really like it. Now, the Japanese does not do any kind of reinforcement, but they, of course, raid me 1, 2, 3 positions, all of them on +2, so only 1 or 2 saves me. Let's start. 1, 2, 3. Hit, hit, hit. We are not surprised, are we? Okay. Good. Let's move now actually to the turn 5. I believe it's high time for this. We are almost there. Turn 5. We have now I believe we should have 1 more point, victory point, 8 victory points, because we managed to get this airfield on time. So we have 7 killed Japanese units and 1 for this. We start with the weather phase. It's good, very nice. So we have the full amount of bombardment points, which is 9 plus 3. So this is 12. Now I put the artillery here because I want this additional DRM. So first of all, I will be firing from here to here with 3 bombardment points, and I will have +1 DRM because I'm using 3 bombardment points, and +1 because artillery is spotting from the fixed artillery position. So I have +2 for the attack here. And it pays off because it's 5 and they are rotated. Of course, not this. Okay, no, it was correct. Now, another 3 points goes here. Nothing. And another 3 points goes here. Nice. So 3, 3, 3, and here we can only use 2 because we are not adjusting to them. So only 5 or 6 will hit. No. Now the bombardment from the Japanese side, and they start from here 13, then here 9, 8. We might get pretty devastated, but let's see. Killed. Alive. Alive. And that's all. Actually, we should only roll twice because we have to. So this hit and this hit. So yeah, only twice. Okie doke, guys. Movement phase. What shall we do? How we shall do it? It's not easy. It's never is. Yeah. Maybe we could crush those guys here. Put this artillery here in the fixed position. And that could make sense. So this is 1, and this is additional 2 movement points. I believe this makes sense. When we attack on 4 to 1, they'll probably negate my tanks, but I will have much more artillery. And they have been. That's a tricky attack, guys. That's a tricky. Okay, so we move here and here, and we move those guys here. Good. And those, let them stay here. And we will attack there. And attack is on 4 to 1. Modifiers. Artillery, I'm using 2 here and 2 here, so this is 4. Actually, I can have maximum +2. Armor. I have 1, but we have anti-tank 1 here and 1 here and 2 here. So I'm rolling a die. On 1, 4, they got my tanks. Of course, they got my tanks. This is not a surprise. Now, the next step will be to look for the defense type. This is B-1, and terrain type, this is 1 dot, this is -1. So my +2 on artillery is negated by -2 on the defense type. On 4 to 1, it's a big chance that it still be positive. No, it's not positive. Unfortunately, those guys are done. Advanced phase, I'm moving those guys here and moving those guys here. I have enough movement points. We do similar attack here. This is 3 to 1, unfortunately now, because this is 7 to 2. Well, I think we can still make it. We use 4 artillery, so we have +2 for artillery, and they roll on the tanks. They have 4 anti-tank. So they negated my tanks. And the same defense type and terrain type is -1, -1. So 0. 3 to 1, 0. Okay, this is a missile roll. This is very poor rolling because we have again A1. Well, it does not always go the correct way, fortunately. Reinforcements. 5. At least we have 4 reinforcements. First of all, we of course reinforce and fix those guys. do we want to get those guys out of here because every two is minus 1 point. So let me see whom I want to get out. Those tanks. And do I want to deploy them? Yeah, this will be the last turn, so I want to deploy them. I'm deploying those. And they go to 5. 5 is here. Okie doke. And now the reinforcements on the Japanese side. No luck, they are still dead. And the raids. Those guys want to save them, those guys want to save them. Wow, they both survived. That was unexpected. Okay, let's quickly move to the turn 6, which will be the last turn. Let's roll for the weather. 4, this is a nice weather, so we still have 12 points. And now I really would like to see them devastated. Let's see if we can do it. I'm spotting from the fixed artillery position, and I'm using 3 points here, so I have +2 and +2. Yeah, both are dead. It's really difficult. So this is additional 2 victory points. I have 9 killed and 1 airfield on time. So I use 6 victory, 6 bombardment points. So I have only 2 here and 2 here. So 5 or 6 hit here. Wow, that's good turn. And 5 or 6 here. Okay, now they bombard me. They have still 2 fixed positions, so they hit here and hit here on 5 or 6. No, yes. Well, guys, that goes pretty nicely. Yeah, that goes pretty nicely. Movement phase. They move here and they move here. And yes, here we'll have 2 to 1 regardless what I will bring from what I can see. So I'm moving those guys here. Okay, and now the attack phase. We'll attack here. Those guys are in the fixed position and those guys are in the fixed position, which is good. Those are the same division anyhow. So what are we doing? We are attacking here. The attack is on 4, 7, 2 to 1 only. It's not much. But we have some cool stuff. First of all, we have +2 for the artillery, which is good. And maximum is +2. Actually, we can use only 1 artillery. Let me use this artillery. Maybe we'll have some other attack. No, we'll not have. So +2 for artillery. Armored. We have 2 armor and they have 2 anti-armor. Let's see if they can stop us. No! So we have +2 artillery, +2 armor. Then they have also a lot of modifiers. Defense type, we have A, -2 terrain, -1 HQ, -1. So this is +2 artillery, +2 armor, -2 defense type, -1 terrain type, -1 HQ, 0. Let's roll good. 4. 4 is A1, D1. This is good. I like it. We got another point. And do we want to advance? We always want to advance. Now, the good question is, do we want to fight with this HQ? We can get ourselves killed, unfortunately. And this is 2 to 1. On 2 to 1, you cannot have 2 hits. So in the movement phase, I will probably back down here. Yeah, don't attack them. It doesn't make sense. And I want to reinforce the guy. So now the reinforcement phase. I have 3 points, so let me definitely get those alive. Flip those so it looks better and flip those. The Japanese does not reinforce, then they don't do the raids. And we finish the game. We finished the game, guys. And we finished the game with 11 points. And let me see what else do we have here. Yes, 11 points, and the only additional victory points which we managed to get are here for this airfield. So 10 killed units plus 1, 11. It's minor victory. Not bad, but you can aim higher. Okay, thanks. I believe I did it still pretty well, all things considered. So guys, this is Iwo Jima Hell on Earth from Neva Wargames. Really cool game. This is only a prototype which I showed to you. The full game, yeah, will have a bigger map with more areas, more counters, a little more robust, detailed rules. It's really tough, guys. I love this game, but it's really, really, really tough. I hope that you will like it too. And down below the video, you will have links both to several materials. I'm not sure if I will have already published the interview with Jose when this material will go out. Most probably yes. So you will see the interview. Also the link to the pre-order page and the page where you can get this material. That's all for today. If you like this, please give thumbs up under the video. Also, please click this, ring bell so you subscribe and never miss a great content from the Board Games Chronicle. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being with me and have a good day. Bye.